Hey everyone, it's Melanie, and I just wanted to share with you quickly a project that I've been working on for the past few days. I am participating in the June flower swap over at Your Paper Pantry, and these are the flowers that I came up with for my group. Rather than doing all the same flowers, I decided to do 3 different flowers. It's my first flower swap, and I just couldn't decide which ones I wanted to do, so I kind of started going crazy here and came up with 3 different kinds of flowers. This is the card that they're all mounted on. I stamped the card, and then I added some gold embossing powder here for the butterfly and for the edges. And then on the back I have my contact information here for the swap. So let me just show you quickly the flowers a little bit more in detail. Okay, so this is the first one. This is the Lollipop Flower that I made. And basically I took 5 different layers of paper in different, from the same collection. This is from the Kyoshi collection by Basic Gray. And I freehand cut the circles and then distressed it using my distressing tool, and then inked the edges with some brown Stampin' Up! Ink. And Glimmer Misted it, and then added a button with some floss here on to tie off the button here. And then on the back I just added a little dimensional so that it's already pre-set, ready to go to be mounted onto the project. They're pretty flat, as you can see. They're not two-dimensional, so these would be great without adding a lot of bulk onto cards and different things like that. So that's the first one that I made. The next one that I made is a ribbon flower. I wanted to make something with ribbon. I love this ribbon that I had, and this is actually kind of this ribbon was sort of the inspiration for the 3 in terms of the colors with the purple and the green. So I love this ribbon, and basically what I did, it was about a 9-inch length, and then I just did a running stitch, gathered it all up, sewed the edge, and because of where I had placed the running stitch, rather than it being right along the very edge of the ribbon, I went in a little bit further here, and so when I gathered it all together, it created this little centerpiece, and I kind of worked it through the flower, so it almost gave it its own. So it basically gave it its own stamen, center part for the flower. And then they did, because this ribbon is sort of a, it's like a poly ribbon. It is a little stiff. It's not wired, but it is a little stiff. So it was tending to kind of bend down a little bit, so I added this felt circle at the back, which just stabilized the flower and also creates sort of a flat area for it to be secured down onto the project. It's not incredibly dense or heavy. It's really light. It's just ribbon. But it's not really thick either, so I think this will work on different types of projects. And then the last one I did is, everybody has seen various versions of the, distressed paper flower. Sorry, I have a lot of cars driving by today. So what I did with this is book paper. This is, again, using book paper from a copy of Pride and Prejudice. And what I did is I cut the flowers out using a Sizzix die from the Hello Kitty line. It's the daisies. Actually, I think, let me see if I can grab it. So here's the form. This is the flower that I used, and I used the large one here. And then basically treated it like the Tim Holtz flower. I cut into one and then folded it in, layered it, so it kind of created a cup shape. And then I cut one entire petal off, and then I cut 2 petals off, then I cut 3 petals off, and just created smaller and smaller cups to layer into each other. Rather than with like a lot of roses, like the, sorry, let me grab one. Ooh. Instead of the roses, which usually you fold the petals out, like this one, I decided to curl the petals up. So these are actually more like a peony as opposed to a rose. Before I went ahead and did that, I Glimmer Misted it in Popsicle, this purple color, and crumpled them all up to give it a sort of a distressed look. And then when I opened them up, shaped the petals before it dried, and then glued it all together. And then in the center here, you can see I have a glittered dewdrop. Okay, which is basically, let me see if I can find, I had an extra, oh, here it is, which is basically this. Okay, whoops, and then I added that into the center of each of these flowers. Lighting's not great, so it's probably not glittering quite as much as it does in more natural light, but it's really pretty when the natural light hits it. So as you can see, out of all the flowers, this definitely is the thickest, but it can be kind of squished down a little bit, and we'll spring back with a little fluffing too if necessary, but they're pretty resilient. So anyway, those are my 3 flowers. They're going out in the mail tomorrow. I'm really excited about them. I hope the ladies that I made them for like them. And yeah, I hope you did too. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.